Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing some Trophy Hunter, and yeah, like I said in the last one, it's been a while since I've been able to upload Trophy Hunter content, but yeah, we've been kind of crushing it with Trophy Hunter lately. So yeah, let's get into this. So we start off with a decent shop where we get Sure Shot into Lonely Prince into 4 Glory, and we get our 4 Glory here on 2.1, giving us a free Billy Gruff. And we get a reasonable shop here. We get a Black Cat, which is a fine slay character on level 2, as well as the Minotaur to encourage the slays there, as well as make the tokens it spawns into more formidable threats. So yeah, overall pretty good setup for 2.2 here. We are against Geppetto. Fortunately, they did not find any summons, and yeah, we managed to make relatively short work of them here. Alright, we get a pretty good shop here as well. We get a pair of Vampires, which, like, I mean, Vampire obviously not the greatest thing in the world, but when you get 2 on level 3.0, then you're pretty likely to triple them, and if you can triple them nice and early, then they end up being pretty valuable as they get large pretty quickly, and as a golden slay character, as opposed to just their base version. Unfortunately, this Fallen Angel's egg is just too much for us to handle here, and they do knock us down by 8. Dropping us from 40 to 32, but we get another Vampire in our shop, and we get a level 3 treasure. And just like I said, the Vampire golden version is a lot better. But yeah, let's gloss over that and look at these treasures. Like, it's almost never right to pass treasure map, but Bad Moon is so good on Trophy Hunter that we are going to take Bad Moon over treasure map here. And I feel like that's 100% right here, especially since we have the golden Vampire. And we've got a couple slay characters. We cast a Forbidden Fruit to be able to buy this Lucky, hoping that it would slay. I mean, position 3, it's not going to slay, but it was still worth a shot there. Unfortunately, our Water Wraith doesn't get too much scaling, but the way the attacks work out, we get 2 slays with our Vampire, adding a ton of stats there. So it's up to a 15-16 right now with the Minotaur buff. And then we're going to get another 2 pair as well as another 3 pair here. There's still a couple valuable treasures on level 3. Of course, like treasure map would be great. Cloak of the Assassin is probably our next best option on Trophy Hunter. Cloak of the Assassin can sometimes be enough for Trophy Hunter to just carry through the mid game as well. So that's definitely a very high value treasure. Unfortunately, this Charon has so much health on the front line. They have Haunted Helm as well as a Happy Little Tree with well over 20 health. So they managed to deny us from getting any slays this turn, which is really unfortunate with our Bad Moon, and the fact that we're like pretty well set up to at least get the Vampire slay. So a little bit unfortunate there. Right now I am considering the Feasting Dragon, because Feasting Dragon with Bad Moon is always very good. Just allows it to keep slaying. It's kind of got the same problem as Trophy Hunter, where like if you're not scaling your units, your slays will drop off. So you have to keep finding ways to enhance the Feasting Dragon to keep it slaying. Although, like, it kind of solves its own problem because your shops get big enough that the more Feasting Dragons you buy, the more stats you get out of them. So, but I figure 6 power probably not enough to slay, and also there's so many more valuable things on 4 for Trophy Hunter. So, without like a Sporko or something, we're gonna forego the Feaster here. All right, we end up finding Water Wraith triple, and look at that, we get our treasure map back anyways. So we're 100% justified in our passing of treasure map earlier. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna be able to beat this opponent as well. We're gonna get a couple slays. We get a couple lucky slays here, so we get a lot of econ out of this next shop. And we drop another lucky down to 1, so we get to another level 3 treasure, which because of treasure map, we get a level 5 treasure, and I definitely just snapped that off way too quickly, completely forgetting about treasure map. But because we got Evil Eye, it kind of works out. I mean, Evil Eye is obviously like an incredible treasure for Trophy Hunters, so we get paid off for our mistake, or at least we get the best outcome we can get for accidentally doing that. It was just it's basically a free triple, so like I just kind of snapped it off without thinking, and that was definitely a mistake. So that's on me. But yeah, again, it works out pretty well here. Anyways, we take on this feasting. This Puff Puff player who has assembled a couple more Puff Puffs. They have a lot of stats, but we have a decent amount of stats as well. And we win the combat, so we get the extra experience from the Make-A-Wish. And, Wish Upon a Star, I should say. And we pick up a Tweedledee here, which does have a slay ability, and now we come across a couple of Riverbush mermaids, and with Evil Eye, like I'm very much tempted to take these, and I think we're going to. I think we're gonna take the one, and then we're gonna lock the other one and just cast a free roll next turn, or just roll out of it anyways. But yeah, if we get the slays with these, then they're just gonna add so many stats with the Bad Moon. Because with Evil Eye, you get 2 extra instances of Slay on top of the already instance of Slay on the characters. So they're getting three different Slay abilities, which triggers Bad Moon 3 times, and yeah, just very powerful. As you can see, the amount of stats we get is going to be kind of ridiculous. Lightning Dragon is obviously very good if we can, well, like. If you're not Trophy Hunter, you'd probably just take Lightning Dragon there and put it in front of the Riverbush Mermaids, as it's just going to get a ton of toughness super quickly. So that's just incredibly powerful. But unfortunately, like well, or fortunately, we are Trophy Hunters, so we wanna find some better characters instead, and we do find our Baba Yaga as well. And now we've got our Friendly Spirit in front of Baba and Riverwish with our Evil Eye here. And we managed to hit the 50-50 and get the Slay, so we get a ton of stats onto our Friendly Spirit, and yeah, it also distributes a ton of stats to the rest of our board, and now it's a 27-29 all of a sudden. So now we're very likely for it to Slay even in spot 2, because it should be able to take a hit and then also be able to get an attack in. All right, and there's a triple for our Riverwish, so we're definitely going to take that. And we're going to take a 3 of Swords, just increasing the likelihood of all our Slays. And Candy Cannon, just for good measure there. Unfortunately, our Vampire manages not to Slay, as this is the opponent that had a ton of toughness last time. That happy little tree just got a little bit too big for Vampire, but our Friendly Spirit slays, and yeah, they can't handle the rest of our board. We do them a cool 19 damage. Knocking that player out, and we get our Nian upgrade here, and it is Horn of Olympus. So we've essentially assembled the best treasures possible here, and because these supports are now so important, we're going to take the Soul Tack here to protect them. As yeah, basically we just keep getting scaling on this Friendly Spirit, then we're going to be really hard to contend with here. And yeah, we got the Slay with the Friendly Spirit again, just raising the stats even more so. Hey, Sultak even gets a Slay there, which is fantastic. And yeah, the numbers on our board just continue to climb. We locked a P there. I think I might have cut it off before we locked the shop there, but we did end up locking before the end of the turn. And then we're going to take this second Friendly Spirit. If we can get this Friendly Spirit golden, then that's going to be huge for us. And yeah, we put our Friendly Spirit in 1. We really need this P to Slay, and we were just hoping that the stats would land on the P, and they do here. And yeah, we get that P Slay, which is going to put a billion stats onto our supports, as well as just do like the numbers on P just in 1 Slay got ridiculous. And we got a second Slay with our Friendly Spirit as well, so we're just getting tons and tons of scaling off of this Geppetto. I mean, summons are the natural prey of Slay, so that kind of works out pretty well there. And yeah, now you can see this P already at 56-61 after going from a 16 power. I think it was like 5 toughness or something like that before. So the amount of scaling is just ridiculous, and that's only with 1 single unupgraded Baba. Imagine if we had some more scaling supports here, which we are definitely on the lookout for. There is a Riverwish, and I do make a mistake here. Like I mean, we cast the Evil Twin to get a second P. I think that's a good call, but we could sell four characters and play this other Riverwish, and we would increase our scaling by a ton. And that actually probably comes into play later, as you'll see. We did, because we're against the Ghost, they can't really cast Lightning Bolt, so that's why we cut the Soul Tack for this turn, hoping to get a second Slay with our Evil P here, but unfortunately that's not the case. We didn't get any Friendly Spirit stats onto it, so it's not able to survive a hit. All right, down to a top 3 situation, and we're very healthy, and our 2 opponents are basically at 1 HP each. So we just have to win a couple combats here, and then we're good. Normally Singing Sword's really good on Trophy Hunter, but since we have plenty of attack already, we're just not going to bother. I think the Bad Moon scaling is still just more valuable, as it's just permanent stats as opposed to temporary stats. Or, well, like the static 15 attack is fine. It just increases our permanent stats from the River Wish anyhow. Alright, we get a monster board here, which we are going to be able to slay pretty easily here. Their front line, not exactly very big. They do steal a Soul Tack, but essentially they just summon something else for us to slay. So that's kind of nice of them. And yeah, we hit basically all our slays there. We slay with the Tweedle in slot 5 as well, and I finish them off with a giant River Wish. And now we're down to a top 2 against the Fates. We finally get to turn our Friendly Spirit golden. It's very, very large, and like, I mean, based on last time we saw them, it should be able to slay. So that's why we have it in 1. I mean, I think having P and like P is like the kind of the priority slay, just because like it adds the most stats to our board. But if we can get the Friendly Spirit stats onto the P, then that makes it a lot more likely to slay. And yeah, unfortunately, this opponent has managed to assemble World Tree plus 9th book, and has a couple of enormous Echo Woods with a Golden Burn Beard. So yeah, we put up a pretty good fight here. Like, we've still got a ton of stats, even though we didn't hit our slays. But unfortunately, a couple Rotten Apples there is enough to knock us out, or knock us down. We do minimize damage as best we can there, though. There's an Echo Wood. Echo Woods are really good. If we can just get this these Empress P stats first, then this Echo Wood gets very, very large. I was considering just cutting the River Wish at this point and trying to find another ranged support, as I think that would probably help make the difference as well in this fight. As long as we don't get, as long as we can fade some of the Pigomorphs. Basically, Pigomorphs and Rotten Apples are pretty much the worst things that we can get hit by. Alright. Unfortunately, we do not find any more ranged supports here, so we are gonna play a full backline of supports. We just need that for the stats, for the Empress P, and we've got Empress P in 1 now, just hoping that it hits the 50-50 to slay here. And it was actually 1 in 4 to slay, so unfortunately, we don't get there. But unfortunately, we don't hit anything that we die to. So the stats from P don't go onto the supports before the Echo dies, and so the Echo ends up just running into, or getting attacked into and dying. But fortunately, we managed to dodge all the super scammy spells and come out with the win there with just based on pure stats without getting any slays here. So yeah, we scaled just enough before leading up to this fight to be able to eke out the win here against World Tree 9th book with a pretty finished comp. And they're actually, I feel like they were teched against us, just like they just made a giant frontline units to prevent our slays, because like a normal World Tree board, we would definitely be able to slay something after going first or second usually. Excuse me. But yeah, this was a wild one. We got a lot of scaling. We showed just how powerful Bad Moon is on Trophy Hunter. We messed up a treasure map, and we faced World Tree 9th book in the finals and came out on top. So, like I said, we've been kind of crushing it with Trophy Hunter lately. I'm pretty sure I've got like 4 firsts in a row with Trophy Hunter, so been having a lot of fun with this hero. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Leaving a like lets YouTube know that it should recommend my content to more people, and I would very, very much appreciate that. You'd be doing a huge, huge favor to me there. Yeah, and again, just a quick reminder that the Super Brawl will be happening at 11 AM Eastern Time on Saturday. It'll be cast by Yuckmouth and Horse Thief, and it should be a great time. So I'm still not sure what channel it's going to be hosted on, but I'm sure if you just go to the Storybook Brawl category, you'll be able to find it very easily. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.